Extreme Wrestling Entertainment.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Diaz's Top 5. I'm your host, Rich Diaz, as part of the XW Network. And here today, we're going to talk about the top 5 things that you loved in wrestling that I hated. And yes, I know you're all going to get upset for some of the things I'm going to say here, but guess what? It's my list. You don't have to agree with it, but you will respect it. And if you don't like it, that's just too bad. Number 5, Hulk Hogan. Now, don't get me wrong, I know it's the popular thing nowadays to say that you hate Hulk Hogan because he's supposedly a racist and a homophobe and all that other stuff. No. My hatred for Hulk Hogan started well into my childhood because I was never a Hulkamaniac. I never decided I wanted to buy a yellow tank top to tear it up and see my parents' hard-earned $25 go down the drain. I was always a big fan of the heel. Roddy Piper has always been my all-time favorite, so I never bought into the say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and drink milk and all that other good stuff. I hated seeing Hulk Hogan go year after year after year, defeating some of the best heels in all of professional wrestling with minimal wrestling ability. So I just never bought into it. And sooner down the line, neither did you. So at the end of all this, we all agree, don't we? Hulk Hogan sucks. Number 4, Vince McMahon ushering in the Attitude Era. Yes, before you have a brain aneurysm, we all love the Attitude Era. We all love the cursing, the middle fingers, Stone Cold Steve Austin, half-naked women, blah, 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 blah. The problem was that it came at the expense of the wrestling business also because Vince McMahon came out on December 1997, fresh off of the Montreal Screwjob, a real-life situation, and told the whole world wrestling is just a work. Nobody's really mad at each other. We're tired of seeing good guys versus bad guys. You, the fans, deserve better. That was Vince McMahon's way of getting out of having to pay taxes in certain states because wrestling is not an actual athletic sport. You see, Vince, what you did there was that you made smarks like the ones that watch in this video right here go from being regular fans going to watch wrestling to get entertained, being there thinking, wow, these guys really hate each other. You know, that could be fake, but I think that's real right there. Now everybody knows everybody's just friends. There is no mystique. You killed the business and everybody knows it. This is why people in droves have left the wrestling business because there is no mystique. There's nothing that tells you, something could be real here. I'm not sure. So thank you, Vince, because think about it. Who was the first inductee to the Vince McMahon Kiss My Ass Club? The fans! Number 3, DX. Yes, after Vince McMahon ushered in the Attitude Era, the first big thing on our screens besides Stone Cold Steve Austin was Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and Chyna, otherwise known as DX. DX was just a gang of idiots that acted like school children, and you all loved that. Why? What was so great about that? Them going around telling other men to suck it, them always referring to their Johnsons being big, and yet there was the only one between them was a manly looking woman, so who was getting what, if you know what I'm trying to say. Then later on it became more or less entertaining people coming out and doing the same exact thing, and then later on, and many years later, they come back as 2 old dads caught shopping over the navel because now it's PG-13 DX. Are they all great wrestlers? Some of them. Shawn Michaels for sure. But tell me, what was so entertaining about Triple H without Shawn Michaels? And yes, some of them do deserve to be in the Hall of Fame, but DX as a whole sucked. Sorry. Number 2, the Shield reunion. You know, after the Shield had that first dominating run for 2 years and they broke up, everybody was like, wow, we want to see them get back together. Then WWE decided that they wanted to shove Roman Reigns down our throat as their next big company guy, and everybody turned away in droves. So, what do? We get them all back together when it's way too late, when everybody knows now that it's just to get the people to cheer Roman Reigns, despite the fact that they still went out, bought Shield, fist-bumping shirts. They had, in the beginning, Roman Reigns getting some kind of disease that he couldn't even contend in a match. Dean Ambrose got injured. We thought it was over. No, we bring them all back. We kill Braun Strowman's momentum, make him a heel for no reason. And at the end, what happened? Roman Reigns gets diagnosed with leukemia, and Dean Ambrose turns heel on Seth Rollins for no apparent reason because now the Shield's got back together for a 3rd time. So you know what? Once you break up something that was hot, why don't you just leave it alone? Why did you have to keep pushing? Oh, that's right, because wrestling fans you thought wanted it, and a lot of you did. Now some honorable mentions. The NWO Wolfpack. Jesus Christ. First off, the NWO was already bloated with so many members that they had to split them off into 2 factions. One led by Hulk Hogan, and the other one that was going to be fresh and exciting, led by Kevin Nash. And then they included such members as Macho Man Randy Savage, Lex Luger, and Sting, who had this big mythical Crow character that stood out of wrestling for a year until he got the justice that he wanted and beat Hulk Hogan to now look like your dad when he's trying to do something crazy with face paint. And it was just a silly faction led by old men that nobody cared about, that died a slow, terrible death and did nothing to help anybody. Another honorable mention, the John Cena US Open Challenge. When John Cena finally gave up on being the big man in the company holding the big belt, he decided he wanted to go take a second tier belt and bury all the mid-carders. And that's exactly what happened. All you people that sat there going, I wonder who's going to be next to come out to fight John Cena, knew it was going to be somebody young and exciting that you wanted to see beat him, and it was never going to happen. But yet you sat there and you cheered every week through all this crap when he beat people like Rusev, Cesaro, Adrian Neville, and Sami Zayn. And what happened? Cena buried the whole mid-card that by the time he finally lost the title to Alberto Del Rio, nobody cared about any of those guys anymore. Thanks to the fans cheering this crap. The number one thing that you wrestling fans love that I hate, the man, Becky Lynch. Now, let me tell you, I can't fully blame Becky Lynch for this because I like Becky Lynch. I think that she's deserving of the spot that she was in. But now it's been overexposed and it's over. They were trying to make Stone Cold Steve Austin the female version, but Becky Lynch has to apologize to the authority for attacking them. She gets taken out of a match at WrestleMania despite the fact that you went to the Royal Rumble and you won, which means that you get the match no matter what. But because we want to insert Ric Flair's daughter, we're going to do all this other crap. And now every week she's being exposed. You see, because when she was on SmackDown Live, everything was great because you got her in small doses. Now every week she's popping up, walking through security, walking through the fans. Somebody that's barred from ringside somehow gets in every single time. How does it happen? Because it doesn't make sense. Yet you people still cheer, Becky, Becky. It's done. After WrestleMania, yes, she'll probably win the stupid title and go over to Monday Night Raw, where she'll be overexposed, and then everybody who loves her now and wears those little shirts to man is going to walk away in droves, just like they do everything else that's overexposed in WWE. And here's another thing, with this women's revolution happening, and we have to respect women and put them on par with us, which I'm all with. The man? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm pretty sure that I got a lot of you worked up with some of the things that I said here today. And I don't apologize for that because that is my opinion and that is my God-given right being a U.S. citizen. But for the rest of you, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to catch next time when Diaz comes and gives his top fives. Until then, thank you from the XW Network.